Hey guys, it is Avalori here from Spirit Led Finances, and I'm coming to you guys with a short video. I am in the process of revamping my budget, and I kind of think that I've gotten things worked out, but I wanted to kind of come through and just give you a flip through of what is in my budget binder. And it's not too much because, again, here at Spirit Led Finances, I want to employ those of us who are in this unique budgeting journey to be able to use the tools that we have and not have to compound ourselves with all these budgeting things that they have out here. Sometimes people like me just like to keep it basic, just like to keep it at the fundamental level until I get to where I want to be, and then I can kind of veer off and add some more arsenals to my budgeting and into my investment portfolio. But for me, I wanted to come in and just give you guys just a flip through of what's in my binder, and just to tell you guys where I am in revamping my budget system. You guys know from my last video, if you haven't seen it, it's out now. I talked about how I added some debt into some existing debt, and I went into the whole gambit of how and why it happened. And so I'm revamping for the summer, and hopefully by September I can put a serious dent into some of this debt that I have. But to start things off, you guys, this is just a workup for what I'm using. I have a full budgeting guide that I'm putting together, and it's going to be basic, but it's going to give the new budgeters a lot to think about in terms of their mental stability and mental strength going into this budgeting journey. And so, of course, I have my calendar. Now, here, you guys, on this calendar, I will write the due dates out for all of my bills that are due. This will include my personal bills as well as my business bills, because I do own two businesses. This right here is going to be, let's see, my budgeting thing right here. And I've included just a few things of what I'm going to pay, and I haven't strategically put out how I am going to pay those yet. But these were just the updated figures that I put in going into the month of June. So that's pretty much was it for that page. This is my miscellaneous debt, and if you guys have been following me, I pretty much have marked out my miscellaneous debt, and that is how I actually got into the last budgeting video, is because of my miscellaneous debts. And so on the last video, this is my miscellaneous debts, and this is going to actually transcribe over into my June page with my miscellaneous debt. But when I started this journey, you guys, I was over $4,000 in miscellaneous debt. I got down to $3,040.04. So I actually lost $1,000, which was a good thing. I paid off $1,000 in debts. And then I added on, well, there were some other debts that came about that I had forgotten. Zip Pay, Affirm Pay, and Pest Control are the new 3 ones that I have added onto here. And if you go to my last video, I explain why I have a Zip and an Affirm Pay. And then a Pest Control is something that I can't avoid. That is the people who come to my home quarterly to spray in and out of my home. It's now we're about to head into the summer, so they're doing lots of spraying for the mosquitoes and things like that. But if you go back and see that video, I talk about how I added these 3 new debts. And so as we go through, this is my business bills, and I'm in the process of writing those down. And my CapCut, I believe I'm going to have to look it up on my Google Pay subscriptions. And I think CapCut is $8 a month, I believe. Let me actually go back. Let me actually go back and look at that because, yeah, I believe I could be wrong. $8. So CapCut is $8 a month. And then my Wix email is $14.40. And my color of wellness is 500, you guys. And that's because I was in a digital nurse media program. By the way, I loved it. And doula givers, I received my death doula certification. So I have $9.95 left to pay on that. And so these are my business expenses, and I don't have a whole lot. When I started this budgeting journey, I cut out a lot of, I ended my Wix websites just because I wanted to save that money, and I wasn't doing anything with them at the time, just because when I decided to get into the debt journey, I just wasn't dedicating as much time to updating and maintaining my websites because I knew I was going to save that money. I had 3 websites and they equaled a total of, I believe, $66 or a little over $70 a month for all 3. And so what I did was I kept the domains and all of that. I just actually chose to end the actual websites themselves, the monthly subscriptions to them, until I was able to get a hold of my debt. Sorry, you guys. And there are some things that, I just felt like I didn't need at the time. And some of the things like this business academy, I do a lot of traveling, so she teaches about how to make money for traveling, and then her group is called Digital Nomads, and she gives out weekly, sometimes 2 or 3 times a week, tips about how to maximize your budgeting, how to become a travel creator, and things like that. So I love being in this, so I'm going to keep this. Wanda Lover is a 12-month subscription. I think I'm almost done that. I just have a few, probably about 3 or 4 months left to pay, but I'm going to go ahead and probably pay that off. Canva, I do use the Canva Pro. Google Storage, obviously, because I'm recording and I take lots of videos and pictures. CapCut is what I use for editing. You guys know I am heavily into talking about God and what he fully wants us to do in this realm of life. I am fine-tuning where I want to be in terms of spirit-led finances, and then my other business, which deals with caregiver wellness. And so I'm in this group and I love what she's doing, and I'm choosing to stay into that. Wix email, of course, my email provider for my business, I keep that. And again, the color of wellness and doula givers is there. And so what I am planning to do in the last couple days here is to go in and really fine-tune and strategize where I am going to be budgeting. I am hoping by next Friday I will be current and caught up on a lot of the bills that I need to get current on. However, it is definitely going to be a challenge. I am thinking about taking up a travel contract so that when I'm off on my regular jobs here locally at home, I can go 2 hours up the road and pick some time up from another facility to get more money. And I think that's more than likely what I am going to do. I just, worst case scenario is like the 1 or 2 days that I work, I probably will have to rent out a small hotel, one that's nice. It's just not going to cost a lot, because I'm thinking of where I'm going is about a 2-hour drive either way. And so I don't want to be driving when I've pulled the all-nighter, and it just doesn't make sense. So I'm going to see, if it's going to be worth my time, money, and effort to get a small room for like when I'm doing 3 shifts in a row, and then I could possibly work out a deal to maybe get this space for like 2 days and then something like that. So I'm going to try and see what they have, or if they're going to help out with some type of stipend to help offset me traveling. But I haven't quite, figured out everything that I am going to do. But I will be thinking about that, because I am really trying to get a lot of this stuff paid off as soon as possible. And so that's where I am, you guys. I just wanted to give a snapshot of where I am. And you guys probably saw this last flip through. I have a few checking accounts. My main checking account, I'm not going to put on screen because that's where the bulk of my money goes, but I will tell you that my PNC account is where I pay all my bills out of. And then I have a SoFi account that I have a little savings in there, not much, but what I do have is a bigger account, and that is because it is an investment account. So sometimes I would transfer small amounts of money over and then put that into an investment account, and it doesn't matter. I'm just going to put whatever I feel like I want to put in there, and that's that. I have some Capital One credit cards, and I just got the balances of them, so I will be making payments. I am trying to pay this stuff off as quickly as I can. I have a Capital One auto loan that I am pretty much, you guys, stuck paying with because my ex decided that he would not do what he was supposed to do, and so I'm stuck with paying for that. And then I have 2 other credit cards that I'm going to pay for. And I have an alarm system, so I'm caught up with that. And then I have a Navy Fed loan that I'm getting caught up on with that. And so, yeah, it's just going to take some time to get everything out. And I am looking forward to this. I just can't wait until I am headway out of that, segmented, everything is done, and the only thing left that I have to focus on is paying off my car loan and student loans and my mortgage. But out of everything totally, you guys, what debt free means to me, for me right now, is once I'm done paying everything, the only thing that I have left obviously would be my mortgage and my student loan. So with that being said, I am ending this video. You guys have a blessed weekend. Happy Memorial Day. Well, not happy Memorial Day, but get out there, enjoy the sun, enjoy the time off. If you guys have have a 3-day weekend or a 4-day weekend, enjoy that time, and I will see you guys in the next video. And as always, be happy, be purposeful, be financial in your spirit-led finance. Talk to you soon.